Hello boys and girls, my name is SidAlpha and I'm coming to you today with another brief discussion on the current situation between Derek Smart and his continued statements and allegations against Cloud Imperium Games and Chris Roberts. Now, it was brought to my attention earlier today that a person who goes by the online moniker Accelerate had posted the results of a Freedom of Information Act discovery request to the FTC. And this discovery request was submitted in regards to Cloud Imperium Games and Roberts Space Industries. And the request was entered under the name Wolf, spelled with a U, Knight. But this was by Accelerate himself. Now, Accelerate has been a very outspoken proponent of Cloud Imperium Games and Chris Roberts, and he seems to take dissent against the company and the man a little seriously, and is a very outspoken proponent against Derek Smart. Now, the results of this FOIA request, they read as follows. This is in response to your request dated September 11th, 2015. Under the Freedom of Information Act, seeking access to all investigative records, actions, or planned actions concerning Cloud Imperium Games or Roberts Space Industries. In accordance with the FOIA and agency policy, we have searched our records as of September 11, 2015, the date we received your request in our FOIA office. Our search of the FTC records did not identify any record that would respond to your request. If you believe that you have additional information that may help locate responsive records, please submit a new FOIA request with further details. And then, the commission's waiving the $25 fee because they didn't have any documentation they could send him. And the rest of it is basically contact information if you have any questions or issues, things of that nature. Now, Derek Smart did respond to this earlier today, and I was hoping to be able to get this video out before he did so, because I did want to be able to beat him to the punch. Unfortunately, I was busy taking care of my daughter, who is sick. You know, family first, guys. Sorry. But I did a little discovery process on my own before I read Derek Smart's response, and my findings actually somewhat coincide with his. Now, I have here the FOIA.gov page where they list all their guidelines and everything surrounding submitting FOIA requests and all that. And I will be linking the pages both to the results of the discovery request and the FOIA website involving the specific exemptions for FOIA discovery process down below. So don't forget to check those out so you can kind of see for yourself. So as it stands, not all records can be released under the Freedom of Information Act. Congress... This is directly from FOIA's page as well. Congress established certain categories of information that are not required to be released in response to a FOIA request because release would be harmful to a government or private interest. And blah, 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 blah. Exemption 1, information that is classified to protect national security. As much as we all love the idea of Star Citizen, I don't think it really falls under that category. Exemption 2, information related solely to the internal personnel rules and practices of an agency. Again, they're referring to a government agency, so it doesn't apply. Information is prohibited from disclosure by another federal law. Trade secrets or commercial or financial information that is confidential or privileged. There is a potential there. There is a potential there. Exemption 5, privileged communications within or between agencies, governmental agencies, and attorney-client privilege is, of course, also protected under that. Exemption 6, information that, if disclosed, would invade another individual's personal privacy. Exemption 7, this is the one that is has the most legitimate application and points to this request, would be information compiled for law enforcement purposes that A, could reasonably be expected to interfere with enforcement proceedings, would deprive a person of a right to a fair trial or impartial adjudication, could reasonably be expected to constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy, could reasonably be expected to disclose the identity of a confidential source, would disclose techniques and procedures for law enforcement investigations or prosecutions, or could reasonably be expected to endanger the life or physical safety of an individual. They have two more exemptions that don't really apply, although one I actually thought was kind of funny. Exemption 8, information that concerns the supervision of financial institutions. And Exemption 9, this one actually had me pause for a second and scratch my head. Geological information on wells. Why? I don't get that one. I really don't. But the main things we're looking at is Exemption 4 and Exemption 7. Exemption 4, trade secrets or commercial or financial information that is confidential or privileged. And Exemption 7, information compiled for law enforcement purposes that could be expected to interfere or infringe on someone's rights directly. Which basically makes the FOIA request that Accelerate submitted, unfortunately, it makes it mean absolutely nothing. I looked at that, I saw that FOIA request, and I was like, probably just like a bunch of other people that just went, but hang on, no. I looked into it a bit further, and I'm sorry guys, it's not relevant. Whether or not there are investigations or proceedings underway with the FTC in regards to Cloud Imperium games, this request would have returned no result either way. So basically it tells us a fat lot of fucking nothing. Which is a shame, really. It really is. Like I've said before, and I'll say again, I am a fan of Chris Roberts. I am a proponent, and I want to see Star Citizen succeed. At the same time, I do have to distill everything that Derek Smart has been saying and implying and accusing Chris Roberts and Cloud Imperium Games, and try and filter all that massive amounts of bullshit between Derek Smart and the RSI forums and all of it. I have to go through so much information to try and distill this stuff into something that'll be easy for you guys to be able to swallow and understand. Because the forums are a massive area to be able to go through and dig out specific information. And Derek Smart, I hate to say it, dude, but when you were writing out on your blog, you get long-winded really, really fast. Now I understand that you get passionate, you want to try and relay everything that's going around up in your head, but it's a lot of information to just sit down and read for a lot of people. So that's part of the reason why I am doing what I'm doing here, is to be an impartial voice between the two, saying good points on Derek Smart's side, saying good points on Cloud Imperium Games' side, or saying negatives about either one. It doesn't matter. What matters to me, guys, is the truth, and to keep it objective for you guys, because I don't want to mislead you in any way. I don't want to get your hopes up over a game that may turn out to be a pipe dream, or I don't want to crush your dreams of a fantastic game because there's another game developer out there who's deciding to piss all over it. I don't want to do either one of those. What I want to do is just tell you the truth. So anyways, moving on. Where we are at right now with my process with all this is, as many of you know, I did request an interview of Derek Smart some while ago. And during that process, I did receive a response from Derek Smart saying that, yes, he would do an interview. And so he had requested that I submitted the request via email, which I did. Waited about a week and did not hear back. From there, I sent another email in, and I sent a Twitter out to Derek Smart again stating, hey, I haven't heard back. I sent this to this email address. Is that the right one? He responded, oh yeah, we found it. It went into the spam folder. Another while went by, and I sent another email on that same chain, and I received a response back from a PR representative working for Derek Smart, stating that I'm still in the queue and that my request for an interview would be handled in the order it was received, and asked for specific format to what the interview took place. Would it be via email or anything like that? So I did respond stating that this is for a YouTube channel, so a video format is basically what I'm shooting for. I want you guys to be able to see me when I'm talking to Derek Smart and asking him these questions. Now, from there, I haven't heard a response back yet since I sent in, the format that I'm preferring for the interview. And so I'll let a few days go by, maybe another week or so, and then I'll send another tweet out to Derek Smart directly. I did send him an email directly to his email account instead of the BizAd email account, which I had originally sent the email saying, hey, I'm not really getting much of a response here, and this is a YouTube channel, plus this is news. This is one of those things where you gotta strike while the iron's hot, otherwise fucking forget about it, So we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. I still have hopes that the interview will take place, but be prepared if that ends up falling through. I am reaching out. I am doing my best for you guys here, but be aware that that is a possibility. So basically, that's all I really have to go over for you guys today. Stay tuned. There will be more on this, of course, coming down the line. I may not create any additional videos updating you on the progress of my attempt to get an interview, but I will be posting those on my Twitter feed. So if you are following me on Twitter, or if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, please feel free to do so, and we'll keep you guys informed as it develops. In the meantime, I do have several other formats on this channel that I do. Video game news, first impressions, things of that nature. Please, if you like and watching these, please feel free to check out some of the other videos. Like them, subscribe, and share them with your friends. Tell your friends to check them out, because this really is a word of mouth industry. And if you like what I'm doing here, help me to grow, because if I grow, then I can do bigger and better content for you guys, and it's help me to help you kind of thing, basically. I seriously doubt YouTube will become a full-time career, but this is something I'm interested in doing and keeping you guys informed. So yeah, give me a hand with that. I would love it. So, but I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up here, because otherwise I'm just going to keep rambling about stuff forever and ever. So once again, my name is SidAlpha. Like, favorite, subscribe, share with all your friends, and I will see you next time. Hey folks, SidAlpha here. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. If you want to check out some other First Impressions videos, feel free to click on the link on the left. If you're interested in staying more up to date with what's happening in the PC gaming community, feel free to click on the link to your right. The subscribe button is down at the bottom. Please show your support and punch that evil thing as hard as you can. And once again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.